Friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Let's get essential fragrances that you need to know. If you don't know them, you will physically cease to exist. Oh, that sucks. Now, you may have noticed this right here, Philip Plein No Limits. Is this essential? No, of course not. What's wrong with you? But you know what is essential? The commercial for No Limits. When I tell you it's the most essential fragrance commercial that has ever existed, I'm not talking hyperbole. It is science, it is written, it is proven, it is so. No Limits commercial is essential. But let's talk fragrance essentials, not fragrance commercial essentials. Although if you watch that, it's gonna transform your entire personality into being a Temu version of Philip Plein. The first fragrance that is absolutely essential, that gets overlooked, disrespected, and overshadowed. Bad Boy Extreme. What a nice and elegant bottle, said no one ever. But it does have kind of a cool gradient to it, so I mean, there is that. When it comes to Bad Boy, everybody's always harping on Bad Boy Cobalt, and for good reason. You know, really versatile, wear it whenever you want. That makes sense. But Bad Boy Extreme right here during fall and winter is a beast. The performance is locked in, has a great cacao note, almost has kind of a nutty aspect to it as well when you smell it. Great balance of warmth and sweetness with a little bit of like an interesting, mysterious kick as well. This one, like I said, totally overshadowed. But when you're talking the OG Bad Boy styling, you know, that cocoa, tonka kind of thing going on, this is the one right here. I will say actually Bad Boy Elixir, I think is better than it gets credit for as well. But Extreme, this stuff, worth knowing about for sure. What about this? It's green, it's mean, and it's also somewhat forgettable as far as the bottle style, but the fragrance itself actually rules. Zenith Santal. This smells similar to Stronger With You sandalwood, which has gotten more expensive. Yeah, that happens with like all the Stronger With You fragrances, all of the ones that are just titled something. Stronger With You sandalwood, oud, tobacco, amber, etc., etc., etc. For a little while, they're available at discounters, and it's like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. I'll pick it up when I get around to it. And then all of a sudden they're gone, and the price goes, which is always great fun, of course. It's wonderful when that happens. That's sarcasm. Now, when it comes to Stronger With You sandalwood, there are a number of different alternatives out there. Fragrance World, actually, this is French Avenue, so this is Fragrance World, but Fragrance World has one as well. Now it's called Proud of You Sandalo. And as far as the bottle goes, that one looks closer to Stronger With You sandalwood, but as far as the actual scent profile, this one's better than that one. The quality is great, the price is right, just like the TV show, and it smells absolutely killer and flies under the radar a little bit compared to the more ostentatious releases from the Middle Eastern houses. Ostentatious in which way? I actually hadn't thought about that really. The bottles were something, yeah. We'll just go with that. That's an ostentatious bottle. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Shout out to all my bros from across the pond. Love you guys. Acqua de Joe time. Yes, it is always Acqua de Joe time. This time, it's the Eau de Parfum Intense version of ADG. You already know what time it is. Acqua de Joe coming out with multiple flankers a year, hitting you with the most boring flanker names you've ever heard of in your entire life. Oh yeah, lock it in. Although apparently they are coming out with a new one called Acqua de Joe Forte, which I would like to give myself a pat on the back. Thank you, thank you. I was doing a very nerdy thing and I was looking like trademarks up and I saw Acqua de Joe Forte was trademarked and I was like, oh, I think that's coming out. And I talked about it in a video like a while back, just saying that I had found it. And then now they've announced like Acqua de Joe Forte is real. Here's a picture of the bottle. But before that one comes out, and who knows if it's good or bad or whatever, this one came out. Eau de Parfum Intense, yeah. And I gotta bring this up like every time, but does it smell like an intense version of the Eau de Parfum? Yes or no? No! Why would you think that? Why would you think that they would come out with a fragrance called Eau de Parfum Intense and have it smell like an intense version of the Eau de Parfum? What's wrong with you? Does that make sense to you? Oh yeah, it kind of does. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. But that's not what they did. What they did was they went back into the graveyard and they dug up the decomposing corpse of Acqua de Joe Absolute and they did a little rigmarole, a little warlock necromancy, brought it back from the dead, put it in this bottle, called it Eau de Parfum Intense, slapped it on the butt and said, have a good one, buddy. So it's gonna give you a little bit of that Acqua de Joe Absolute vibe to it. And Acqua de Joe Absolute was really well known for smelling like Paco Rabanne's Invictus mixed with Acqua de Joe. Kind of what's going on here. Nicely sweet, but of course very fresh, easy to wear. And actually, I like this one a lot more than just straight up Acqua de Joe Eau de Parfum. I think as far as just that compliment factor, that wearability and everything, this stuff is locked in. What fragrance should we talk about next? Let's put our minds together here, guys. Come on. Are you thinking about what I'm thinking? There's gonna be at least one of you out there that guesses the next fragrance before it pops up. I'm sending out the vibes right now. Supremacy Collector's Edition. Offnon. Of course, it smells similar to Absolute Invictus by Creed, which is fairly expensive, you could say. You know, the House of Creed has had this nickname for a really long time. You may have heard about it. It makes sense when you think about it. Instead of the House of Creed, the House of Can You Take Me Higher? Oh wait, no. House of Greed, House of Greed. I effed that up. House of Greed. That makes way more sense. But none of that matters. What does matter is this will get you the Absolute Invictus style that you desire at a lower price point. You can wear this stuff all year round. The performance is there once again. Essential to own a fragrance like this because you can wear it literally anywhere. Daytime, evening, date, formal, casual, work, it does not matter. And you do the ultimate big brain move every time somebody says, my guy, you smell amazing, what are you wearing? You don't show your hand. You don't say, Supremacy Collector, no! Unless like they're really a bro, and then you could do that. Or if they're like somebody you really trust, then yeah, you can go for it. But instead what you do a little chill guy, you know, it's a chill guy, and you hit them with that Absolute Invictus. Oh, yeah, you can look that up. Yeah, that's me, big money. Also, as an aside, I've seen this pop up now at AliExpress and places like that for 20 bucks. I mean, you do you, all right? But I don't think I'd go for it. I think it's fake, okay? Sure, you save like an extra $5 to $10, but at this point, they are legitimately knocking off Offnon and Latafa and stuff on some of these websites. It's kind of crazy. All right, big dogs, we're going with one now that is a classic. All right, you're gonna know about it. Everybody knows about it. But the stuff works. I feel like Todd Howard talking about a Bethesda release 10 years before it comes out, it just works. You go, oh, does it really, Todd? Oh, it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't just work.
But this one does. So it's actually the opposite of that. Eau Fraiche. I mean, really, when it comes to men's fragrances, you can just about say just Eau Fraiche, and then that's all you say, and they're gonna go, oh, I know what that is. Yeah, it's the Versace, of course. Man Eau Fraiche still works. This stuff is a summertime staple. When it's crazy hot outside, you can blast on the Eau Fraiche and it's gonna work for you. Of course, the starfruit note is what everybody knows from this one. The performance is not amazing. We've talked about some stuff with really good performance. This is more like your typical summertime vibe, okay? So we're not talking about bowel-shaking performance here with doubt and remorse. Instead, you've got something here tropical, fresh, and clean that works all day, every day through spring, summer, and early fall. Basically smells like a more masculine take on light blue for women, which the ladies love also. So you gotta fight fire with fire. They're out here like, oh, the smell of light blue for women is so amazing. That's why I wear it. And you're like, I wear the dude's version. Technically, the dude's version would be light blue pour homme, but yeah, this is the real one. Let's go to the scape. The Dunescape. One of my favorite current Armaf fragrances. I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but yes, of course, the name, the presentation style, a little bit sus as far as how it comes across versus how it looks. The smell though rips. This stuff is stupid good. And it's a hybrid style. It's got some of that Y action, but also afternoon swim action. So it's gonna remind you of the YSL plus the Louis Vuitton. And the bonus thing is, both of those fragrances crush. So just as far as that mass appeal, you're basically taking two of the best fragrances that you can wear during summer, throwing those bad boys into a blender and hitting puree until it comes out nice and smooth. I still don't vibe with the whole style because if you don't know anything about that, you would possibly think this is gonna be like an oud, spicy kind of beast, but it is the furthest thing from that. The next one, all year round. Yeah, doesn't matter. Spring, wear it. Fall, wear it. Winter, wear it. Summer, wear it. Not to tear my ACL. But you know what time it is, bros. Before we pull out that fragrance, we gotta pull out these codes. Make sure you check those JOMASHOP codes because they have a tendency to change every quarter. They only work within the JOMASHOP app. All the other codes right there you see, you can use just whenever you want. You can use them on the website like regular. So we're talking Gift Express, Frag Flex, Perfume Box, Beauty House, Fragrance Lord, even Maple Prime sounds like a Canadian transformer for sure. You can use those codes anytime you're shopping for fragrances. Save yourself some money. So what's that fragrance that you can wear everywhere? Well, of course, there are a lot of them, frankly, nowadays, but the one that we're gonna talk about, Prada Paradigm. Yeah, this little buddy right here that basically said, my friend YSL made a fragrance called Myself, and I like it. What if, and hear me out here, instead of Orange Blossom, we did Geranium. Same idea though, fresh, clean, classy, a little bit of that laundry aesthetic to it, some nice citrus in there. What if we did that? And then they did. Now, admittedly, I like the new version of Paradigm more. If we're just talking straight up, you know, head to head, like which one I would rather keep. I think the Parfum just has a little more of a bold overall style to it, right? But this one, if you're just talking ease of use, grab, spray, go, use it anytime you want. People love it, and the more that this has been on the market, the more people have smelled it, the more people have gone for it. You need something that you know anytime you want, you can grab, spray, and go, and it's gonna work. It's not just gonna work, it's gonna change people's thoughts about you. They're gonna go, this guy right here, he smells pretty good. I bet he's making 6 figures. I bet this guy's driving a Mercedes. I bet this guy has a 5,000 square foot house. I bet this guy can order pizza, not even have to worry about the friggin' service fees and the delivery fees and the tips and all this other stuff. I just wanted one pizza, it's like $50. What are we doing here? What was I talking about? It works pretty well. Fall, winter time, you wanna smell like a monster? A good smelling monster? Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum. It actually doesn't smell like a monster, it smells freaking awesome though. It has this nice cedar aspect to it, like all the other Burberry Hero fragrances. But here, it's given that resinous boost. Yeah. This kind of golden warmth, kind of humming underneath the woods. Just the right level of sweetness. You know, we're not talking syrupy, we're not talking overwrought in terms of the sweetness. We're just talking elegant, smooth, manly. That's what's going on here. There are other Burberry Hero fragrances that are more expensive than this one. Ones that you might say are more elegant than this one. Pinkies up, you see. There are hero fragrances that maybe have more overall versatility than this one, but I think as far as just the best of the bunch, the fragrance from the line that is the best at what it does, it's that one. Now we're talking about sweetness and overwrought sweetness. Invictus Victory Elixir. Yeah, this is different. It's pretty sweet. It's got that vanilla on full blast, and I like it. What? Sparkling, effervescent, nice little touch of incense wafting through there, just absolutely fantastic. Basically takes the idea of Invictus Victory and says, cool, what if we did that, but better? So it's one of those few times where for me personally, it almost makes the other one obsolete, you know, because it's right in the same wheelhouse, the same ballpark as Victory. It's just better. What are we doing here from Maison Israr, also known by its actual real name, just Wadi. So this one has a really cool bottle. I really like the styling of the cap with the actual glass here. I think it looks pretty cool. And there have been a few fragrances that have come out in this style. I think of them, this is clearly the one to get, okay? We're talking Paradise Garden here. So you've got that spring, summer locked down with this right here. It is sweet. A good amount of that sweetness. I'd say even head to head with Paradise Garden, especially after this has matured a little bit, that sweetness comes through more clearly here, which a lot of people are drawn to, of course. You know, that melding of fresh plus sweet together is almost like the cheat code when it comes to fragrances. Go up to your average person, you're like, okay, what style of scent do you like? You know, and you got a few different options here. Is it the leather and oud? Oh, it's not, what a surprise. Is it roses and violet? Oh, also, what a surprise, it's not. Is it the sugar mixed with the fresh, clean smelling? Oh, it is, wow. I know it's like crazy obvious, but it works, you know what I mean? So again, if you're looking for that just ease of use, that's the easiest way to go about it. I'm not saying that's what everything you own should be, because it absolutely shouldn't. You need some classic stuff in there, some classy stuff in there. You need some stuff that's more for particular situations, date nights, and all this stuff. But that's the easiest way to go about, will the average person probably like this? And that right there crushes being a sweeter take on that fragrance. My guys, I have 2 fragrances here. We're gonna wrap it up with them. Do they have anything to do with each other? No, not at all. With these last 2 fragrances, we're gonna be touching 2 different types of classy scents for men. On the one hand, Terre d'Hermès, Eau Intense Vetiver. On the other hand, a body opulent, Zamaya. So on this hand, you have ultra affordable, super inexpensive, smells similar to Y Elixir, which is basically taking that fresh sweet thing that I talked about with the Y lineup and moving it a little bit more upmarket. Because the Elixir, of course, is not quite as sweet as some of the other Y fragrances. It does introduce the note of oud in there, but it's not really like a big oud note, you know? More like just a little woodiness, but who cares? So this is gonna give you that Y Elixir vibe. The compliment factor, the added bit of classiness, the versatility, just cheaper. And then Terre d'Hermes. Can't go wrong with Terre d'Hermes if you're looking for a classy men's scent. Are you for real? The problem with Terre d'Hermes for some people has always been it has this earthy orange. So it's got a flinty aspect to it and it has a bit of an earthiness. Also vetiver has that as well. And so a lot of people would smell that, the original, and they would say, ah, man, you know, it's just that I can't wear it. This is not for me. Eau Intense Vetiver, I know when you read that or you hear it, it sounds like, well, it's gonna be even worse. They've taken the vetiver and they've made it more intense. And while yes, there is vetiver in here, a surprise, they have toned down a bit that overall earthy aspect. It still has that woodiness, it still has that citrus that may or may not work for you, but as far as a very classically masculine scent profile, you can't go wrong with that. So there we go, bros, some fragrances right there that are essentials. If you realistically have even half this amount of fragrances in your entire collection, you're pretty much set for year round, assuming that you have stuff that can hit, you know, each season, daytime, nighttime, stuff like that. Also no limits commercial, sick. I wanna thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.